Welcome, everybody. I am so excited to have with me today the cast and the executive producer of Power Rangers Dino Fury and Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So excited to have you all here. We're going to shout them out. We got Russell Curry, aka Zato, the Red Ranger. We got Hunter Dino, aka Amelia, the Pink Ranger. We got Chance Perez, aka Javi, the Black Ranger. We got Tesseract, aka Izzy, the Green Ranger. We got Jordan Fight, aka the Gold Ranger Ion. And we got the executive producer and even director of a couple of episodes, Simon Bennett.
Hey.
So what?
Oh yeah.
So glad to see you all here. It's such a treasure. It's such a pleasure to have you all here with me today and be able to talk about Power Rangers, Dino Fury, as well as Cosmic Fury. Want to give a quick shout out to Kai Moya. Ollie, the Blue Ranger, unfortunately could not be with us today because a Ranger's job is never done, but he is definitely coming back for Cosmic Fury, as well as all of you, which I thought was a huge, exciting thing to announce, that you're the first team since Mighty Morphin to come back for a third season. So I got to know from the cast, how did it feel to get that announcement, to find out that you all were coming back for Cosmic Fury?
It's such an honor. I grew up on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when I was a kid, so to be part of this legacy in that way is insane. Like, I feel like you still have to pinch me because I think I'm dreaming.
Yeah, I feel like you still have to pinch all of us from the first two seasons still, because like I don't know, just the fact that we already did two seasons and they decided to bring us back for a third. That's just wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I also grew up watching Mighty Morphin as well as a lot of the other Power Rangers movies and seasons that have come out in the last 25 years, 30 seasons. And my daughter's watching it now too, which is also amazing. So it's a big honor.
It's very amazing
Yeah, I
for
think
me.
the chance to like. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, it's perfectly fine. We're on the same connect here. But I can just say it is amazing to just be coming back after 30 seasons. And, we did 2 seasons. Normally Rangers do 2 seasons and then they're gone about their way. And then just for us to be called back since the Mighty Morphin, it's very honored. Very honored.
Yeah, get a chance to like go back to our characters and sort of get to act together,
Yes.
be on set together, be with the crew. Like, I think we all kind of left thinking that was, we got the experience and that was already incredible, but then to get another opportunity to enjoy it again is such a privilege. So yeah, I think we're all feeling pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Well, you're an awesome cast, so it's great to have you back yet again.
Oh,
I'm curious with you, Simon, how was it knowing that this cast was coming back from an executive producer standpoint? Because obviously there's going to be some connective tissue between Dino Fury to Cosmic Fury. Was that something you were able to collaborate more on now that you knew that you're going to have this cast returning?
It's very exciting to have this cast coming back. I think we all knew while we were still shooting Dino Fury that we had something special here, and it's about these individuals and how they work together as a team and their chemistry, as well as the stories and the amazing work that the writers and everyone puts into the show. And so I was really proud of it, and I had my fingers crossed, and I really hoped that more could be made of it, and that's actually what's come to pass. I mean, here in New Zealand right now, we're a few weeks away from filming, and the sets are nearly finished, and the props are nearly all made, and the costumes are nearly ready. We just need a cast now, and everyone on the ground here in New Zealand is so excited that people are coming back and going to be joining the show.
oh wow.
Yeah, how does that feel for you guys coming back together for the show? Like coming back to New Zealand specifically?
I love.
Oh my gosh.
I'm back with my family.
Yes.
I've
That's
been
it,
waiting.
that's it.
I've been waiting.
Period.
Missing them.
Yeah.
It always looks so great whenever I see it. So I'm just always like, wow, must be so cool to film
You should
there,
visit. You should absolutely
Very,
visit.
very beautiful.
It's a good
Very
place.
beautiful country.
Well, we definitely want to talk some more about Cosmic Fury, but let's go back to Dino Fury for a moment, because the second half of season 2 just dropped, and there have been some interesting things that happen in these episodes. Y'all talk about sticking the landing. It was really some interesting stuff here. So we definitely got to go into that. Just warning, there are going to be some spoilers out there, so we just let you know that we're about to get into some spoiler territory, but we have to talk about this because there's just some great relationships that we see happen in this series in various forms. So, for example, Hunter your parents.
Ooh.
We got to
What
learn
about?
who they were. What about them, indeed? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, how was it?
How was it? So Simon actually didn't want me to know about my parents. So I actually didn't know about them until the block before we shot those episodes. I was waiting for it. So like when we were getting close, I think I emailed Simon and was like, all right, so when are we going to do our talk? When are you going to tell me about my character? And we kind of had some speculations. There's like tiny little hints, like in the other episodes, like how I'm the only one who likes the flargon cake. You know, I feel like that one was a big one that I feel like a lot of people actually missed. I'm not gonna lie. But when he told me, I was really excited because I also think one of my first questions was like, how many days do I have in today? Because I want some in today. Yeah, but so he told me about that, and then we got the scripts, and I think how Amelia finds out, I wasn't expecting that either. So like when we got the scripts, I was just like, I think I was just like in shock on like how, and then obviously like seeing the script on a page and like doing it on the day is completely different. I was very excited that Amelia did find her parents. It's interesting that she didn't know that we were fighting her parents throughout the entire time. But yeah,
it was so cool to watch that episode, especially like when you took off your helmet.
Yes.
Like because I knew it was coming, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. It kept building
Yes.
up. It was really well
That's what
executed.
my-
Great job.
I also didn't know that I was going to get one of those helmet reveals because, you know, there's very little in the entire franchise that you reveal yourself to a non-Ranger person. So when I got that, I was like, whoa. Her story, like the rest of her storyline has to be deep for her to literally like de-helmet herself for Pop Pop. So that was cool.
Yeah, I mean that was already an emotional moment itself when you did that for Pop Pop when you were concerned, but then for that to just unravel into all the rest of the story to find out that literally Void Knight and Void Queen were
my
parents.
parents. Yeah, I think the scene where I tackle Void King too, and I have that revelation on he's specifically my dad. I was really happy to see how it turned out, like at the end too. Just to see it all put together and like to see like his performance with like mine and the rest of the Rangers like all put together. I feel like that really helped that scene.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that scene in the prison, like with young Pop Pop and Void Knight, because
good.
We weren't in that scene, so we didn't see it being filmed. We weren't a part of ADR for that, so we only saw it when we watched the episode.
I cried because you know how it did a preview of it not showing Tarek and Centaur's faces, and then it did another one where you saw their faces. I remember messaging Jared and Siobhan, and I was just like, you guys rocked that scene. I was like, I'm in I'm in tears right now. You guys just really embodied losing your child. Like, that's insane.
It's so deep.
So good.
Humans have to pay, as she said. The humans will pay.
Oh, and she tried. She tried.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, Ravconians, it seems to be a thing about like some of them want to help out the people, and then we've had instances with them and also with some of the characters you guys met that were questioned what they should do with the humans. And that brings me to you, Russell and Jordan, because your characters being from Ravcon, trying to find your home, trying to adjust to Earth. And then Io, when you first showed up, you were like, I'm here to take charge before you had to like figure things out with team. So I'm just curious about that dynamic with each other and also with this connection to Ravcon.
Oh man, I'll say the scene where Russell is revealing where everything used to be on Ravcon. That was a good scene. I felt like our relationship was something because at the time I knew I had to be that friend that he needed during this moment. But at the same time, I want to get Zed. So that's the two things that I was just like literally fighting against. I know he needs me to be there for him, but at the same time, you know, I'm destined. Like I kept saying, I'm destined to fight Zed. So That was
Oh,
a
we
big
know.
moment for. Oh wow, me and you had our scuffle. But yes, that's I love that moment, and I just love the way it ended, and how people were able to see all of us all our thoughts and stuff about RefCon. So I really love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I really
me,
like that scene too, Russell.
thank you so much. That was
So beautiful.
maybe my favorite scene in all 2 seasons, but that's because
It's really good.
yeah, it meant a lot to me. But yeah, there was so much emotionally. You know, we start off from episode 1, and we finally get to go to RAFCON, and then see it again, and then it gets destroyed, and then we think that our people are separated from us forever. And then Aurea comes, and we're like, yes, we have our people again. And then she wants to take over the planet, and then we're like, that's not cool. And then I find out that like my best friend was actually one of my people. It was just,
It just made a lot of sense.
it just, oh my
For that
gosh.
part.
Yeah, for sure. Like there were just so many twists and turns and different facets to everything in this emotional journey and this like plot journey that I got to go on for 44 episodes. It's like, it's such a privilege as an actor, but such a privilege as a fan to be able to just watch it all come together. So I had so much fun with all
Yes.
that. It was great.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought
Luckily,
that was really
Chance
great. I
wasn't
thought it was
standing
really
by
cool
me.
that you were able to have that dynamic of trying to adjust to everything. I will now always have the phrase "cool, cool, coolio" in my head thanks to you.
I think
So,
honestly,
They did that.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's great. That is so good. I'm
I
glad
kinda-
you brought that back.
I know, I kind of forgot about it, and then you did it, and I was like, oh, full circle.
Yeah, credit to the writers.
That's
That
right.
was great.
Yeah, credit to the writers.
yes.
Always.
Chance, you had a very interesting journey as well with Javi because you wanted to be this musician, and that clearly was having some trade offs with your father there. And so I'm curious what you felt about that journey because I mean that is a situation I think any creative has probably a lot of creatives have dealt with of trying to explain to their parents I want to pursue this thing that may never know how it's going to turn out, but it's something that you want to do, and they're
Right.
concerned for you as well at the same time maybe stopping you from wanting to do what you want to do. So I'm just curious what your experience with that was.
Right. I mean, I think Javi, he even says after or during that reconciliation when his dad's like, so you want to make a career out of it? And he's like, that's kind of a scary thing. I never really thought about it that way. So for Javi, it's just been something that he loves and has always been a part of him. And so, when he kept doing what he loves and buying new instruments and learning new things and pursuing his passion, his dad didn't understand that. That was really hard for him. And so I'm really glad that they had that reconciliation. And the actor who plays Warden Garcia, Blair, was so amazing the entire time on set. He took the time to get to know me off camera, and we hung out. And he's like, listen, I know I'm not your real father, but I want you to know that I'm there for you. You can come and talk to me.
Aww.
And that was really great of him to do. And that really, I feel like I created a special bond with him off camera as well. So, yeah,
Love that.
I'm really happy for Javi and also for Blair and I's relationship. I'm excited to see him when I go back.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Blair.
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 Warden Buzz.
So yeah, we definitely have some different, and then also we have the brother and sister dynamic as well of Javi and Izzy. So I'm curious with the two of you, like, what that was like to sort of keep building that sibling connection. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, we did a lot of stuff in the pre-production to sort of build our sibling relationship, which I think was really, really beneficial to start so quickly start off with quite a solid foundation of who Chance and I are as individuals and what we find funny, how we get along, like how we communicate. And luckily, I think from the get-go, we both realized that we find the same stupid, silly stuff quite funny. So that was a fun base to build off. And then I think just utilizing the text, there's a lot of it's in there. Like, you can see their relationship, you can see how close they are, how supportive they are of one another. I feel as an actor about that, like that way about Chance. So that was already organically there. But then I think just really sitting in the sibling relationship and obviously, using our own experiences with how we feel about our siblings and that kind of thing also really helped, at least me. I think it helped you too.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And then just hanging out and having fun.
When you came in and we started working with Ella and we started doing those bonding exercises and getting to know each other, I think I could tell from the beginning that Tessa's one of those people who puts her best foot forward and are wholehearted to something. And seeing that passion, I felt like I could do the same. And so I think we really just tried to get to know each other as best we could right from the get-go. And that really created a really strong bond for us. So, and plus Tessa's a lovely human being. So
Easy.
yeah, easy to love.
Sometimes.
You're awesome.
So one of the other relationships that we saw are some romantic relationships on this show, and Izzy and Fern is just the most, that couple, oh my gosh. Just when you two,
I
like
know.
the first time you held hands and everything, it was just like, oh. So obviously that is important in so many ways. So I would love to know from you, Tessa, what it was like to see the evolution of that relationship, especially when you had a little bit of conflicts of deciding to go with her to college versus continuing as a Power Ranger.
Yeah. I mean, I loved shooting that episode. It was so fun, and working with Jackie at any moment is like such a pleasure and a privilege. I mixed the two words together, and it worked. We figured it out. I think it's really cool to kind of get to see them in having to kind of navigate being in a relationship, period. As two human beings, kind of trying to navigate your own individual goals and needs and desires, your obligation or your commitment to one another as a relationship, and then all the other relationships you have in your life and how important they are is never going to be easy for any two people, and there's always going to be moments that things are more difficult, and then you add not communicating into that, and that makes it 13,000 times harder. So I think it's a really important lesson for Izzy to learn in that moment, that she needs to be more openly communicative. But yeah, just getting to continue working with Jackie and come back for episodes and scenes with her and getting to explore that relationship was every time was just so fun and a real honor. So yeah, feeling stoked with how that episode turned out.
You should.
That's so great.
It's
And I
fantastic.
also so cool. And I also like the episode where you went to prom, and there was confusion with the dress versus the suit, but in that you had this communication with your mom that I felt like could obviously be metaphor to a number of things that people could talk about when it regards to their identity and things like that. So I was just curious what your feelings were that, and of course bringing that to something like Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you say, it's something that a lot of people can relate to in certain ways. It might not be about this particular journey that Izzy is going on with her mum, but any sort of difference in the way that you live your life or feel or express yourself in comparison to how your parents are. I think that can be very understandably quite hard for parents to navigate, because they're also learning and trying to figure it out and do the right thing. But it's not always possible to do it's a lot easier to do the wrong thing, I think, than it is to do the right thing in those situations. And I think you really see both of them, especially Izzy, once she's kind of got past her chip on her shoulder that's sort of developed over time. You see that her mum's really trying and has put as much effort as she possibly can into making Izzy feel comfortable in herself. And they've just got to kind of reconnect and redevelop those ties and that trust. And I think that's the beginning of it for Izzy, which is really nice, because we don't see too much of that. And I think that's going to help her own personal growth a lot, to have that connection with her mum be stronger. So that was super fun. And Saraid's incredible. So great working with her too.
That's so great. Yeah, just like I said, just to see the story that Izzy has had throughout this is really, really awesome. So it's very, very great of you to put that out there in the show. And so it's really awesome to do that. So, and then a relationship we saw. Oh, she is. And then a relationship we saw blossom throughout the course of the 2 seasons is with. Yeah. Hunter's like, what? So yeah, let's talk about Amelia and Ollie, like how, because like you two were kind of, you kind of were at odds at the beginning, but just over time.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, I think it was actually kind of fun having the like banter dynamic in the beginning, like the back and forth, him like giving me like a hard time about certain things, and Amelia kind of just being like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I don't know. I really liked the one episode where everybody turned into trees, and I had to like help him find the formula, and I feel like that was a really big scene, an episode for our dynamic, because I kind of was like, look, you kind of can't give me a hard time right now because I'm all you have to help you. So just like kind of like let me help you and let's do this. And I think that's when like, not that Ollie didn't respect Amelia, but I think that that's when he was kind of like, you're not wrong. So let's do this. And when it ended up happening, I think that's when it was up like, huh, she brought like a side out of me that I didn't know like I had, and like that kind of stuff. And I think Ollie even taught Amelia a bunch, like to stand up for herself and like not really let anybody give you a hard time and stuff like that. And I love the Valentine's Day episode and how it turned out, and how like immediately she's like, Amelia's like, oh my gosh, she has another crush, like why is it not me? And then like the whole like back and forth on like, it's like telephone tag, but like it was just like back and forth on crush tag. And I think when we have that moment where we realize it's really nice. And of course, you know, Ion has to be a little funny person and come in and interrupt. But it has to be Ion. It had to be Ion. It had
bucket.
It had to be. But I also feel like that scene was quite heavy in the sense of like making sure that he was okay and like gonna wake up and all that stuff. And then it was like the whole moment on like him hearing me like venting my heart out to him. And so it was actually a nice little comedic break for Ion to be like, what do we have here? Yes. Girl power.
So in between all of these relationships and getting everything going on in this series, we also have new villains and we have returning villains like Lord Zed, which was a big surprise. So Simon, putting all this together, like how was it to sort of mix in these classic and original villains in Dino Fury?
Well, all credit to the writers for weaving together a very complicated web and keeping the audience on the edge of their seat across 2 seasons and 2 years. Lord Zed, we were asked to bring back for the Halloween episode in season 28. But once you unleash a villain who is as iconic and powerful as Lord Zed, you can't really just get him out, have him play for an episode, and then put him back in his box because he's so powerful. So after that, we had to kind of bring him back for season 29 and give him a decent story and make him a meaningful threat. And he was instrumental in the whole RAFCON story. So having Lord Zed around was the trigger that helped the team find RAFCON and led to RAFCON's destruction and Lord Zed being trapped in a crystal forever. And the other thing about Zed is even if he's trapped in a crystal, you know it's not going to be forever because he's Lord Zed. So the cliffhanger scene at the end of season 29 where Zed comes back and reveals that Zed is out there is a great springboard for potential future seasons. And, you know, Zed is such a powerful character and so loved by fans of the franchise that you know interesting and exciting things are going to happen. On the other hand, we had the story of Tarek and Santora, Void Knight and Void Queen, which I really loved as a villain story because they were sympathetic. Like, even though Void Knight was doing bad things, he was doing them for a good reason, which is always interesting, which is that he wanted to cure his wife, who was in a tank, seriously ill. And we drip-fed pieces of information about those characters to the audience right through season 28 and season 29, so that by the end of 29, when we find out that they are actually Amelia's parents, we like and care about the characters that we thought were utterly evil, horrific villains at the beginning of season 28. So being able to play an arc like that with 2 villains across 44 episodes is something that the show doesn't do very often. And it was great to have the chance to tell that story. And I think it really helped the Ranger stories and the way they interacted with the Ranger world too. And Siobhan and Jared, who played Santora and Tarek, are fantastic actors and just went wherever the story needed them to go. It was cool to see. Loved it.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yes.
It also
And
feels more realistic to real life, right? Like bad people aren't always just straight bad. Like they've usually justified their own opinions and have somewhat of a good reason, you know, or more layers than just like I'm a bad person.
Yeah. Most people who are bad have shades of grey, and I don't think anyone actually goes around thinking, "Well, I'm evil," unless you happen to be Lord Zed, and he's probably an
No.
exception.
True.
So Simon, you directed the last 2 episodes of this last season of Dino Fury. So I was just curious what it was like to be behind the camera for that, and also with this season going straight to Netflix and being able to binge it right on the spot. And so I was wondering if that helped to maybe do some more of the serialization of it, because we see a lot of elements come back, and as well as this cliffhanger finale.
Well, definitely. I think that the fact that we knew this was on Netflix gave us a lot more liberty, particularly with season 29, in that we knew that we could play more threads and have more cliffhanger endings and set things up in one episode and pay them off in another. Because traditionally, with Power Rangers, every episode was self-contained, and you only really got those links like with the first 2 episodes or with the last 2 episodes. But I think that's one of the things that Dino Fury did to break the mold a bit, is to actually play with strong character arcs and strong serial threads across the season. And when those work, they're designed to hook an audience in and keep them on the edge of their seat. And that's what we were hoping to do. In terms of directing, I've been a director for 30 years now. It's my happy place. It's what I love doing. When you're a producer or an executive producer, you're having to deal with a whole lot of other things that don't give you time usually to be a director. So I felt very privileged and lucky to be able to direct that last block and to work on set with these fine actors that we see here. And also, it was a particularly complicated block. Those last 2 episodes, all the stories came to a head. With all the flashbacks and the flash forwards and the memories and the dreams it was a really cool thing to do. It was a huge jigsaw puzzle, and it was a lot of fun to shoot. My particular memories, I think, are shooting in those dark rooms, smoky rooms with the young Pop and baby Amelia and Tarek and Santora. That was a lot of fun. And spending a couple of days out in the sand dunes at Bethel's for the final Nemesis Beast showdown. That was really cool and really emotional too. Like seeing everyone's reactions when they believe that Zato is dead. I think it was very truthful and fantastic to do. And there was an edge of terror too, because Siobhan, who plays Santora, was 9 months pregnant at the time, and we were 45 minutes drive probably from the nearest civilization. And she did have a double who, whenever she was standing up, it was a body double, so we only actually shot Siobhan sort of for close-ups. But there was always that certain frisson of I hope it doesn't come early.
Right.
It was also great having Simon on set with us too, because we each have like our own meetings like about our characters and like what's going on with Simon. So like we get that creativeness from him, but his creativeness on set is just like on another level. So we really enjoyed having Simon as a director too.
Yes.
It was just really cool to see that part of like we saw the like Simon the EP, but like to see Simon like the director as well and like put them together was just really great.
It's playtime on set. You're playing is how I feel, and you can feel a bit like a child again. And there aren't many circumstances in life where you get to do that, so it is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So clearly there's a lot of stuff that we saw in these episodes, but there are some things that we didn't see that I think we're going to show right now. Let's have a look at this Power Rangers Dino Fury blooper reel.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Action.
Sorry.
Bring some morphin bread! Bring some morphin bread!
Sniffing out trouble? You just found a whole steaming pot.
Your fingers were moving fast as a snail's weight.
Oh, what?
Gotcha.
Oh! Hurry up, J-Borg!
Oh no, sorry.
But look at these puppy dog eyes.
Dad's more of a cat guy.
Action! Did you say action?
Yeah.
I had it! And I lost it! Sorry, I just...
Dino Fury Key!
Sorry.
Dino Fury Key! You got caught. Dino
Beautiful!
Look at over there.
Oh my gosh, we haven't seen that in so long.
Oh my
Oh my
forgot all
god,
about
I feel
that.
like there's so much to talk about on that.
I
There's
know.
so
We
much.
could go like minute. by minute.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So it seems like you guys had a lot of fun on set.
Most
we
Working hard or hardly working?
take our job seriously, but we have fun.
Yes. And don't let that blooper
We
reel
take our
fool you.
job
We're
seriously,
very
but we
good at
don't
morphing.
take ourselves seriously.
We're very, very good at morphing.
I know most of our bloopers are from the morning sequence, but you know what?
It's
You
hard.
have 6 of us that have keys that hit and things that turn and the swaps and the
Yeah. Try it yourself. At
Couldn't have put it better myself.
no, yeah. That's,
Oh,
my
man.
gosh, that was good.
Sounds
I feel like I
good.
haven't even
Oh.
seen some of that stuff. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
That was good,
I feel like some's been added.
right?
It feels
That's
like
the
some
one-
stuff
Yeah,
is
some of
added.
that is
Yeah.
new.
Unless I just don't remember it from last time.
Oh, fat.
I want to go back.
don't know.
I can't wait to go back.
Well, you are.
Obviously, we have so much
I'm getting
fun
all
on
like,
set.
I can't stop
We love
moving.
each other.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
It's
so
gonna be so much
excited.
fun.
Very cool.
I
Seeing
know
the
that made me
Sunties
so
too
excited to go
brought me
back.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you for that treat.
Well, thank you all. Thank you. You guys are great on this show, and that's why it's so good to see you coming back. Which we got to talk about that. We got to get into some Cosmic Fury stuff because you ended on a cliffhanger, like big time cliffhanger in Dino Fury. So Simon,
How else?
yeah, what's gonna happen? So Simon, what did that process come of setting that up to set it into the next season? Was that something that you were able to plan out with everyone involved, or how did that go about?
Well, towards the end of season 29, while we were still filming, it became clear that there was something special about Dino Fury, to be honest, about the cast and the way it was all working. And that was confirmed when season 28 started to air on Nickelodeon and Netflix and other places around the world. And there was an overwhelmingly positive response to the show. And so conversations began just towards the end of the shoot with, between E1 and Hasbro and production about maybe what if perhaps we could, it hasn't been done before, should we? And when we wrote that last scene, the cliffhanger, we actually had no idea that there would be a third season, but we had our fingers firmly crossed. And I think we were kind of hoping that when we put it in the script, everyone will want to see what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So a bit of that. But also,
people would have been mad.
We started conversations with the cast shortly after we finished filming, and a lot of pieces have to fit into place before you can absolutely confirm something. But once it was confirmed, I know everyone was just delighted and really excited to see the team come back together again, to get the band back together. It's a great thing. I'm really pleased.
It's like the Jonas Brothers. I like the Jonas Brothers.
It is also worth mentioning, and it's not much of a spoiler. It's going to be pretty obvious that season 30, Cosmic Fury, kicks off immediately from where we left our characters at the end of season 29 in that cliffhanger scene.
Oh, that's great. That is great. So for the cast, how does it feel to get back into this new season, particularly? But what are you looking forward to with your characters, besides obviously going into space? But what else are you looking forward to the future of your characters in this series?
I have to say
that you can say.
I have to say, I have that line. The Morphin Masters have given me new powers. What are they? I want to know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have no idea what they are. I can't wait to dive into that. So that's me.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see our dynamic and a different realm, if we are in space and stuff. So I'm just excited. I don't know. I'm also just excited to work with these guys again because it just make it so easy. And since we're coming back as the same characters, it's just really nice that we don't have to worry about getting along because we all know that we love each other already.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
I'm excited to see how it kind of ends, I guess, because on season 2, it's let's go get Ted. How does that play out? Does he bring other people back? How tough is he going to be to bring down? There's so many things that they have to think about, and that I'm really excited for.
Yeah. Yes, I want to see where our character goes from now. Yes, I want to see where our characters go. How far else could what after watching the end of season 2? You're what else could happen? And it's so much that I feel and that I know,
Yeah.
That I know will happen. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Wait.
I feel like
our characters also grow so much in the 2 seasons. Sorry for that. I feel like our characters grow so much in the 2 seasons. They change so much within those 44 episodes. There's only more growth to happen. And so, where are we going to see all of our characters, not only as a team, but as individual people by the end of this? It could go anywhere. And we're just kind of we're everyone else, just waiting to find out, which is really exciting.
Yes. Buckle up.
I know. Come on, let's go. I'm ready. Come on, and drive.
And Chance's way.
That was day 1.
Nothing irritates me more than that. There's the seatbelt.
I know. When the seatbelt gets stuck in, it's especially on set, right?
Oh my god.
So every time there's a new season of Power Rangers, a new iteration, the question always comes, what's the adaptation? Which Super Sentai are we using to adapt into Cosmic Fury? So Simon, can you give us any hints on that, please?
That is a very good question, and I have really enjoyed following all the speculation that's been bouncing around online since Cosmic Fury was announced. But before I say anything, I do want to dispel a lot of the fake rumors that are out there, and make it very clear that Hasbro and Toei have a very positive and firm relationship, and that will continue on into the future, whatever form Power Rangers might take as it evolves and grows. So Toei and Hasbro have been partners since the beginning in Power Rangers, and that will continue to be the case. Now, the big question that everyone wants the answer to, and the answer is yes, there will be an adaptation for Cosmic Fury. And what we're doing with the new season is that we are adapting Zord and Megazord footage only, which means that all the ground fights will be original. So that's a first for season 30. And it means that we can be more creative in that we don't have to match Japanese footage. We don't have to find locations that match. We don't have to write stories around footage that we are adapting from Sentai. And it also gives our incredible stunt team from Japan, the Alpha Stunts, the opportunity to really show what they can do. I mean, in Dino Fury, I think the level of action got turned up a big notch, and there were some fantastic original fight and action sequences, and we're going to see a lot more of that in season 30, because all the ground fights and action sequences will be completely original. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really cool. So all original ground fights with the Rangers. But you did say you're adapting Zords from Super Sentai. So
that's right.
What particular Zords?
I have to tell you. No one wants to know. All right.
Like I thought I
Okay. So I'm very happy to announce that in collaboration with Toei, we will be adapting the Q Ranger Zord footage, because it's a space series and Cosmic Fury is a space series, and it makes perfect sense. So is everyone happy now? Now you know.
I can hear the collective cheering. I can hear it everywhere. Like, yes! People are like, I knew it! I called it! People like that doing that right now.
So it's Q Ranger.
But that's interesting though. So you're adapting Q Ranger from the Zord aspect, but with the Rangers, it's going to be original stuff. Now, what does that mean for the suits?
It means that the suits, again, are first for Power Rangers, but they will be original designs. So we're not adapting the Q Ranger costumes. The designs will be an evolution. They will be an evolution of the Dino Fury suits, but they will be fresh designs, and there will be new morphers, and there will be new weapons. And what we're doing with Cosmic Fury is we're combining two of the franchise's most successful and strongest themes, which are dinosaurs and space. So, original costumes. I don't suppose anyone's interested in seeing what any of those costumes might look like, are they?
What?
I think we should see the costumes.
You don't want a sneak preview?
I'm not going to prepare myself.
What do you think? Should we
Can
do
we
it?
do some warm-ups or something to get rid of
I know, right? Okay, so all right, let's go.
All right, so I think we have some art.
Little sneak preview here. And these are costumes that the branding team at Hasbro have developed with our amazing costume designer in New Zealand, Sarah Voon. And these are the first original Power Ranger TV show costumes ever. Should we show you one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm so excited.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yo.
This is your suit.
Look at the weapon.
So as you can see, we're refreshing the helmets. And the Rangers will have weapons based on their dinos, and Ions will be a Moser Razor Blaster. So it's a Moser Razor Blaster. So this is a sneak preview look at the Gold Ranger new costume.
Oh my god.
So who's next? Wow. Tessa, do you want to have a look at your costume?
Next. Yes.
There we go.
Oh my god.
So fans love fans love the TV show's first LGBTQ plus Ranger. And you'll see here that there's a bit of a power-up look to the costume and the upper chest area of the Rangers and the shoulder armor. And that's a nod to Power Ranger history with power-up suits. And Izzy will have two Tiger Claw daggers as her personal weapons to go with her saber-tooth theme.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was a great sneak peek.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So,
Dude,
Jordan,
Tessa,
how do you
your
feel about these
little
suits?
Bro,
Oh my gosh.
I'm
So,
losing my mind.
I don't know what I was expecting,
That
but it
belt
wasn't
is
that.
so sick.
Like I was,
That
because
belt.
like you'll go on Twitter, and social media, and you'll see like what the fans think, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And then I just seen a oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. I was not
That is
expecting
literally
that at all.
so cool.
Amazing.
No, that is sick.
Amazing.
Dude, and you're blaster?
Yes,
Now,
exactly,
Jordan, that's
bro.
so
Oh my
sick.
gosh.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh
And
my
you're like little.
gosh.
Yeah.
I love the design of the suit. I love the design of it.
Yeah.
And then there's like we
That,
get to
like-
keep sort of like the same helmet as well. It's amazing.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
didn't know about helmets, so like that's cool to see that.
Yeah.
And like this is gonna make us feel so strong and powerful. We're gonna be there with our like shoulder pads.
Yes.
Like, don't
Yeah.
mess with us.
Yeah.
We're in space, you know?
I love it. Oh my
So you
gosh.
still get to keep your dinosaurs. You've all got your own signature dinosaur, which I think is really cool.
Great.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
love
That
love
is
that.
so
I'm like,
cool,
I'm
Simon.
my feet right now. I can't even sit
Yeah,
back.
That's so cool.
Oh
When
my
you were saying
gosh.
earlier, the most
They're
popular ones,
incredible.
like, dinosaurs in space and combining them. I think that's such a cool
Sick.
Yeah, it's
representation of that.
That's
in suits.
the perfect design for it. The perfect design for it. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I want to see it again.
I need that.
I know.
I need that picture.
Don't worry, it's been
Real.
screen capped by a lot of people. You're gonna get it pretty easily.
I need that.
I did
my
just
gosh.
screenshot. I just screenshotted my one.
Yeah.
Send it.
Tessa, how are you feeling about your outfit? Because there was that iconic scene in Dino Fury when you first turned into a Power Ranger and you ripped off the dress. Like, I don't do that. And so now I'm seeing this upgrade with this suit. What are you feeling?
I mean, like, I don't even know what to say. I can't believe that we just saw that. That is so cool. I love that it's still like kind of feminine. I love that there's like that kind of waist thing makes it feel a little bit feminine. And I don't think that Izzy doesn't have her own feminine qualities. I think that like she just doesn't want to wear a skirt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so having it have those little elements, I think, I don't know. I'm actually, I can't believe that
I'm
we
in
just
shock.
saw that. That is crazy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
So
wait.
I'm guessing in Cosmic Fury we're going to get the story behind why they or how they get these suits, Simon.
Yes, you will. I'm not going to say now. I can say a few
Not
things.
now.
I can
Not
say-
now.
I can say that, and I've said that before, that Lord Zed will be back because that was obvious from the cliffhanger ending of season 29. But there will be new original villains by his side. So we're creating a new family of villains who will be on the Evils team. And he will turn things upside down as he attempts to conquer the galaxy. But there'll be a lot of other returning characters as well. And by that, I'm meaning family members and friends and foes. So a lot of the characters who made their mark and that people have got to know and care about in season 28 and 29 will be returning in season 30. I'm happy to be able to say that.
Oh, that's great. And I believe you have another announcement about how we'll be able to watch the new season Cosmic Fury, because I had to avoid the internet just a little bit when trying to watch Dino Fury. So what can you tell us about Cosmic Fury that I found pretty interesting?
Yeah, I think it can be frustrating for some people who really want to wait to find out what's going to happen to watch the show, where they're supposed to watch the show and not have things leaked all over the internet because of staggered international screenings. So what I can say now is that Hasbro's worked with Netflix on a global exclusive deal for season 30, which means that season 30, 10 episodes will all air on the same day worldwide. So there'll be no more spoilers from countries releasing the show first, which I know fans will be very happy to hear.
Oh,
Yes.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Just
So
to hear
Let's
that
go,
word
Netflix.
global. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Hear that word
Worldwide.
global.
Netflix.
Worldwide.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
great.
That's crazy. I didn't even put that into words. That's awesome.
I know, I really got the goosebumps.
That's what they call a Netflix.
So Ranger fans across the world, we got to synchronize our times when those episodes drop, so we can binge it together. So that way we know everything together.
Yes.
right at midnight. It's morphin' time.
So that's great. Well, this is so much to know about Cosmic Fury, and to also to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. Is there anything else that you could give us?
There might just be one more thing that we've got up our sleeve. And I'm getting a message from the Morphin Grid. I've been doing this show for too long, I tell you. David. David, is that you?
Hey, Ranger Nation, David Yost here, coming to you live from set in New Zealand, where we are working on something really special to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. Now, I can't give you too many details quite yet, but I will tell you that it's going to be an epic celebration, and I, for one, am super excited to be here working with an old friend. Isn't that right?
Yo, what's up, Ranger Nation? It's your boy Walter Emmanuel Jones, also known as Zach, the OG Black Ranger. Hey, yes, we're having a great time, and I gotta say, it's kind of hard to believe that we're celebrating a 30th anniversary. We look too good for that. Hey, but we're excited to be here on set, and I can't wait to celebrate and see you guys next year.
You know what time it is? It's morphin' time!
So yeah. So how do you feel about that?
Some water after that.
Literally,
How iconic.
Power Rangers just ceases to just go beyond expectations in the best ways. Always.
So yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
from classic Mighty Morphin Rangers to you all with Dino Fury
That's
and
crazy.
Cosmic Fury, thank you for 30 years of Power Rangers. Love that we continue to celebrate this wonderful franchise, and love that you all are a part of it. Thank you so much to the cast. Thank you, Simon Bennett. Thank you all for being here to talk with us about Power Rangers, and we can't wait to see Power Rangers Cosmic Fury.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
So much.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.